Hello and welcome back to Rimworld and the Chronicles of Rimmick, Episode 5. Last episode, Rimmick hunted down several migrating animals, built a new storage area, and took care of yet another raiding mercenary. We now find her butchering those animals at a makeshift butchering spot. The reason being is that we want to start collecting leather to make Rimmick a proper bedroll to sleep on. This is much less efficient than a proper butchering workbench, but we don't have direct access to the required wood here in the ice sheet. Here we see Rimmick still choosing to eat her deceased attackers and save the regular meat for more dire circumstances. I believe it is her ascetic trait that spares her from the 8 corpse moodlet, which is why she doesn't butcher them first. Doing so would incur an extra mood penalty for butchering human-like on top of all the rest. After hauling all of the meat to freeze in the storage room, she now gets to work on a plain leather bedroll to sleep on. Satisfied that she no longer has to sleep on the icy ground, she immediately jumps into it and goes to sleep for the night. Once again, Rimmick is made to choose between rescuing a pod survivor or acquiring more food for the winter, but this time it's a spacer and not a mercenary. So after pondering for a moment, she chooses door number 3 and decides to do both. The plan is to quickly get them out of the cold, chase down the foxes, and then rush back to patch them up before they bleed out. Rimmick has a hard time hitting these nimble creatures, but continues the pursuit. She finally scores some hits and quickly decides to finish them off in melee. That's one down, but the rest are rapidly approaching the edge of the map. So at the end of the hunt, Rimmick only has 2 kills to show, but that's 2 more than she was guaranteed to get, and now has a little bit more food for the stockpile. Now to head back and rescue our new roommate by the name of T. We see that T's hypothermia is gone, and still has 9 hours left to get patched up. Not ideal, but workable. She cleans the spilled blood off the floor in hopes of getting a better tend rating. With T patched up, Rimmick tends to her own ferocious hunger pangs. We see here that our temporary prisoner has put on Rimmick's bearskin tribal wear, which is the warmest clothing she currently has. And so she strips T to put on the tribal wear herself in hopes that T will wear the other clothing. Unfortunately, T is refusing to wear the shirt and pants combo, so Rimmick allows him to wear the tribal wear. Rimmick butchers the last horse and now has enough plain leather to make a second bedroll. For the next while, it's a juggling act to take turns sleeping and eating in the one shelter. Seeing that T is well enough to escape the map before freezing, she lets them go, tribal wear and all. Before T has even left the map, we now have a herd of migrating Muffalo passing by. Rimmick is of course going to go on the hunt. These large animals are much easier to hit, but on the other hand take many shots to put down. Rimmick is trying to get a shot on each of them to slow them down, while keeping enough distance to stop them from enraging. That's her first Muffalo kill. Each animal is worth a lot of meat, and blue fur is a great material for clothing on the ice sheet. And now Rimmick realizes that she got a bit too close. As a result, these two Muffalo have become aggressive and will chase her down if they can. Hopefully their injuries slow them down. Realizing her speed advantage, Rimmick tries to loop around and cut off the two that are about to leave the map. A lucky shot stops one of the two just before they escape. Two full-sized Muffalo bearing down on her, Rimmick stands her ground and emerges victorious. Needless to say, that easily could have gone another way. Unfortunately, basking in victory isn't enough to stave off a mental break right in the middle of cloud watching. Rimmick has decided to binge on Psychite, which thankfully we don't have any of at the moment. Somehow in her present state, Rimmick has intercepted a message about a collection of valuables not far from the colony, namely a power claw and an excellent shield belt. Unfortunately, this is of little use right now. There is no one else to stand guard the shelter, and there is no guarantee we could fend off whatever threat is waiting there for us. It seems our worst fear has come true. Rimmick is still lost in her mental state, and we now have a raiding mercenary. And I think this is where we're going to end today's episode. Join us next time to see how Rimmick gets out of this impossible situation. I guarantee the outcome will surprise you. I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please click that like button and subscribe to the channel. But for now, be kind, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next one.